Erling Haaland brutally tears into teammates ahead of Manchester United clash. Not good enough. Manchester City have the chance to end their run of 2 straight defeats when they take on rivals Manchester United in the Premier League on Sunday afternoon at the Etihad Stadium. Erling Haaland has hit out at his Manchester City teammates for their poor start to the 2025/26 Premier League ahead of this weekend's clash with Manchester United. City have lost 2 of their first 3 games and currently sit a frustrating 13th in the top flight standings. Last time out, they squandered a lead at Brighton to lose 2-1, after also falling to a 2-0 home defeat to Tottenham Hotspur. Pep Guardiola's side had started the season with a 4-0 thrashing of Wolves, but they have not won since. After the first international break of the season, Haaland has labelled their season start as not good enough. This week, City take on United in the first Manchester derby of the season, and they will be looking to seek revenge for last season's defeat. "We've lost 2 games in a row. It's not good enough. It's way too bad," he told Viaplay. "We need to figure it out. Get back to winning ways. We can't afford to lose games as there's so many good teams. It's perfect to turn things around against United. We need to all be on our best, get ourselves going. We need to get things going, because it has not been good enough so far. Losing's not cool. It's annoying. You need to use it for something positive, as motivation to do better the next game, and I expect that we are. We need to use the angriness inside us out on the pitch to deliver at our highest level." Guardiola has also acknowledged his side's difficult start to the campaign, claiming that they can't afford to hope that previous success repeats itself. "I don't know what's going to happen," the Catalan said. "I know the results dictate all the positions of the teams, and I have to make a good season for that. I will not stay here when I feel that the club needs a chance, but right now I feel that I want to do it more than ever, after what happened last season and especially now in that moment. I want to be in front of all of the club, to make my shoulders bigger and bigger, to keep the weight of the situation, and with my players, try to do it. I'm not here just because I've done in the past." Manchester City injury latest. As Pep Guardiola issues major squad fitness update with key player a doubt, Manchester City have suffered injury issues during the international break, and Pep Guardiola has provided an update on his squad. John Stones faces a late fitness test ahead of Sunday's Manchester derby after pulling out of England duty with a muscle injury a week ago. Stones has started all 3 of Manchester City's games so far this season, but he suffered an injury hit 2024/25, and Pep Guardiola said he was a doubt to face Manchester United at the Etihad. Omar Marmoush has already been ruled out after picking up a knee injury while on international duty with Egypt, and although he is still undergoing tests on the severity of the problem, Guardiola only expects him to miss a few weeks and believes he should be back before the October internationals. Ryan Cherki is also out, having picked up a thigh injury before the defeat to Brighton, but Guardiola said the rest of his squad were available, easing fears over the likes of Abdulkadir Kusanov, Ryan Ait-Nouri, Rico Lewis and Nico O'Reilly, who all pulled out of international duty over the past 2 weeks. Omar is injured. Cherki is injured. "The rest are fine," said Guardiola. "Stones as well is a doubt. Not a big issue, but he is a doubt for Sunday." Asked about the extent of Marmoush's injury, Guardiola said, "We have to make the last tests. A few weeks. Before the international break, he will be ready." Although Guardiola didn't mention him, Mateo Kovacic is also set to miss out against United and isn't due to be fit until next month. Josko Gvardiol and Savinho are yet to feature this season, but both have returned to training and could be in contention for the derby, while Phil Foden is set to be available. The Champions League is back, and Manchester City will be looking to prove last season's disappointing show was just a blip as they prepare to take on the best sides on the continent. And our Manchester Evening News special edition is the ideal guide to the challenge facing Pep Guardiola and his side. It is packed full of features and analysis on the Blues, profiles of all 36 teams looking to reach the final in Budapest in May, plus every fixture in this season's group stage. Gianluigi Donnarumma explains why he joined Manchester City as Pep Guardiola prediction. Made Gianluigi Donnarumma joined Manchester City from PSG earlier this month. Gianluigi Donnarumma has set his sights on winning the Champions League with Manchester City. The 26-year-old had been on the lookout for the right move after his omission from Paris Saint-Germain's Super Cup squad made it clear to him he was no longer their first choice goalkeeper. Despite links to Manchester United, Donnarumma moved to the Etihad earlier this month for an undisclosed fee, signing a 5-year contract. And speaking in his interview after joining Pep Guardiola's side, Donnarumma revealed lifting the Champions League would at City would be a dream come true. He said, "I think the Champions League is the best trophy for a football player. It was an indescribable emotion. We have the game against Napoli, which is a difficult one. However, all games are difficult. Napoli have a strong team. I know them. I have a lot of friends there. However, there are no easy games in the Champions League. We have to think game by game and give it all we've got until the end and give 110%. I hope to get as far as possible in the Champions League. But now we have to think match after match, and then at the end, we will see where we get to." Before he continued, "It is one of our goals. I'm not going to hide it. Lifting the Champions League trophy with City would be a dream for me. It is one of our goals. However, like I said, we have to work calmly and hard, and we have to think game by game, like I said. But together with the coach and the staff, I am convinced we will be able to go far. But now we have to work humbly and think game by game." Donnarumma was City's 7th and final summer signing, taking their total spend to £185.8 million, and he replaces Ederson, who moved to Fenerbahce earlier this month. "I'm very excited," the Italy international said on the move. "I came here with all my family, and this my first day at the club, and my first emotions are that it looks like a real family. Everyone is smiling, and I'm just happy and proud, and I can't wait this new adventure. I'm really proud to be here at one of the best clubs in the world. They have been trying to sign me, so everything's been easier, and I'm very excited to be here. This is a club with a lot of history behind it and is hungry for victory. I know there is a lot of responsibility, but I'm proud to help the club continue winning together. Playing in the Premier League with Manchester City is a great emotion for me, and I'm ready for this challenge. I've always dreamt about playing in the Premier League, as it's the best league in the world. For a player, I think achieving in the Premier League is the maximum